EA Sports coverage of the NBA playoffs leads us to Game 4 of this year's NBA Finals. We're at Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Seated next to Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Sixers. The Sixers control the tap. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Simmons converts the three-point play. The Sixers increase the lead. The Timberwolves have the basketball. Knocked loose. Sixers have it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
To Embiid. Off the assist.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Embiid to Simmons. Oh, Ben Simmons. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
T to Butler. Here comes the screen. Butler to Towns. Down low. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
And a whistle.
A simple touch foul.
Simmons to Redick. Runner's good there.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Teague with the basketball. Right now, down 7. To Gibson. Taken by the Sixers. Nice finish at the rim.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
T. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
The free throw is good. Finishing off the three-point play, the lead grows to 12. T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw up and good as they open things up to a 13-point lead. Butler into the front court. He'll run the offense. Rose to Butler. Towns to Butler. Jimmy Butler missed his first. That one goes. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Oh, a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. To Rose. Has a look. Rosie's shot no good. Offensive board. Oh, Ben Simmons. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
And scores. Strong take.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Derrick Rose at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throws good, a 3-point play, and the lead back down to 12. It was right there. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
Screen coming. That misses with a second to go. We're 1 quarter down in Game 4, and we're back after this. You're tuned into the NBA Finals on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Minnesota at the controls. Joel Embiid tips it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
And finishes strong. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Here comes the screen. Derrick Rose, 2 of 4 now.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
And he finishes at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Rose into the front court. His guys down big, and watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
McConnell to Simmons. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Timberwolves have the basketball. To Rose. Derrick Rose. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
To Rose. Gibson. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Count the basket inside.
That boy's living his best life.
Now a timeout here for the Timberwolves as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. He gets it.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Butler to bring it up. Trailing by 14. Rebound cleared by Philly. To Covington. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
To Butler. Fires the three. Off the mark. No good. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Jeff Teague. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Curling inside. Can't connect from in close.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Knocks down the first. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Coming right back to you.
Teague with it up top. Down a bundle. Butler to Teague. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Jeff Teague has got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Oh, Ben Simmons. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Short jumper off the mark. And he hits.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Teague with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Baseline drive. Joel Embiid swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Nothing going here on that drive. Joel Embiid. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
And this will be out of bounds, off of Embiid. Deep three at the buzzer. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. To Taj Gibson. The drive, right to the basket. The screen sets him up for two.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
T, down low for Gibson. Throws it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Shot from the lane won't go. To Embiid. And the finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Butler. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
And he can't convert the free throw. J.J. Redick looking good, 4 for 5.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Embiid, good for 2.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. Simmons into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. That's no good. To T. Jeff T. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Redick. And Minnesota claims the rebound. To T. Screen coming. Butler for 2. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Simmons. And a nice finish at the rim.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Jimmy Butler, he's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Embiid. Slam dunk.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
T to Butler. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Sixers control it. McConnell. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Butler into the front court. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Now a steal by Philly.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
To Rose. Teague. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. Flushes it home.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Rose into the front court. He'll run the offense. Derrick Rose. He's now 4 for 6.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Stuffs it down with authority. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. And a great start for the 76ers. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Smith into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Redick to Embiid. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
T trying to finish, but he can't get it to go.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
And counted at the rim.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Sixers have the basketball. To Redick. Layup goes down. Well done.
I like that.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
T to Gibson. And Jimmy Butler. Wide open look, won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Teague to Taj Gibson. Screen coming. Joel Embiid with a piece.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Jimmy Butler for 2. Knocks it down off the step back.
Woo! Did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Simmons to Covington. Curling inside. From the outside, no good.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Jeff T. 4 out of 10.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Baseline drive. From the painted area, won't go down.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Butler for 2. Can't connect.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Teague with it up top. His guys down big. Just off the mark. To Covington. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Taj Gibson. Got it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Simmons converts the three-point play. The Sixers increase the lead. To Butler. To Towns. Short jumper off the mark. To Redick. To Embiid. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim?
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Robert Covington with the strong finish. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Long key from three-quarters court. That's it. The 76ers are NBA champions.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. That's another postseason in the books. and I'm already dreading the wait for more hoops. See you next season.